Ladies and gentlemen, today is Thursday the 27th of October and today Mojang released a new snapshot titled 16w43a for the Minecraft 1.11 edition of the PC version of Minecraft. This is a bug fix update, but you might as well call it the fishing update because so many of the bug fixes are related to fishing. Before we go into the fishing things, I'll mention two other important things. In the previous snapshot, redstone updates were pretty much broken, so blocks wouldn't properly update when they got powered. That is fixed in this version, so your redstone devices should work as intended again. The other fix I want to mention first is a fix for enchantment. For a very long time, if you've had an unbreaking enchantment on a tool, when that tool was just about to break, there's been problems with it disappearing and then reappearing from the hotbar slot. That has now been fixed in this version. Now there's also a whole bunch of fixes with fishing, as I mentioned. The fishing line calculations were wrong and the line didn't account for field of view changes. The bobbers would float above water rather than in the water, and there was also a collision error with the bobber. If you cast your fishing line through crops or rails, they would be counted as solid blocks to the fishing rod. Sometimes the fishing rod would not reel in entities, and sometimes the items they reeled in didn't reach the player properly. Both of those now fixed in the snapshot. If you cast a fishing rod so the bobber ended up on land, it could bounce around and stay around forever. If you hit an entity with the bobber, it would sometimes only visually stick to the entity but not logically do so. And there was also a particle glitch where it would play the landing particles repeatedly. Finally, if you had ignited TNT... Wait, what does this have to do with fishing? Oh yeah, if you tried to pull that TNT with a fishing rod at long distances, it would rarely work. And now it should work. Now, moving on from the wondrous joys of fishing to mobs. If you wrote an entity that could disappear when you relogged, that is now fixed. The hitboxes of baby mobs, of slimes, of magma cubes, of llamas, they were offset initially for a short time before settling in the right position. Vexes, bunch of fixes for them. They were unable to use nether and end portals, and now they figured out how to do it. They also weren't able to move in water, and they figured out how to do that too. They also had that one extra red pixel scrubbed off their left arms. Llama caravans would refuse to pathfind down hills and around obstacles. That is sorted in this version. The new max entity cramming rule had a death message that said that the player was suffocated in a wall. This has now been changed, and the new death message is the player was squished too much. Boats would still play the rowing animation when you pressed A and D, remnants of an older system that was in the snapshots for a while. Snow layers, if you placed them against the side of other snow layers, then they could be placed one block too far out. Some fixes for commands and map making as well. If you summoned a lead using command, it wouldn't render, and some mobs didn't have loot tables available. Evocation fangs, they would actually hurt the illagers after you reloaded the world, and the fix for that has introduced two new tags. They are the owner, UUID least, and the most tags that can now be used from commands as well. And if you had a leashed an entity and teleported away, the leash knot would appear to be at 00 on the client, and that has been fixed now. And then some fixes with world generation. If you had customized world generation text fields and you pasted in numbers, that didn't enable the defaults button properly. The Birch Forest M biome didn't actually generate at all, and that has been fixed in this version. And the mansions would sometimes generate with a 4-section room missing. And the final thing I will mention is that the dragon breath particles were not reduced if you lowered your particle settings in the options menu, and that is now fixed. If you want to try this version out, keep in mind that it is a snapshot version and those can crash or even corrupt your world, so if you try it, do it on a test world or make sure you have a backup. If you want to try it, head into your Minecraft launcher, create a new profile and select Enable Experimental Development Versions Snapshots. Now save and you can start the game using that profile to start the snapshot. If you're using the new launcher in testing, you should already have a latest snapshot profile to select from the drop-down box in the play button. And that was all for this time. If you want to see more about the changes that are coming to Minecraft 1.11, check out the Minecraft News playlist linked on screen right now that has update videos for all the new versions and snapshots released. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please help me out and leave a like on it. My name is slicedlime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.